Hello there, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Football Insights, where we talk about football related issues concerning transfers, player profile, and other football matters. So, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you press on the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. On IG, it is football_insights on IG. On TikTok, it is footy_insight one on TikTok. Massive content going on there. So go and check us out on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on X2 footy_insights on X. Just give us a follow. All the links are in the description. Give us a follow. So of course, this is your weekend review of the top 5 European leagues, mainly EPL. It is going to be very short. Of course, I have told you I cannot talk about all the games. Of course, I cannot watch all the games. It is a weekend, but I cannot watch all the games. So some of the big games that I watch, I will talk about it. And then some of the big teams, of course, I know what you want. I'm not going to talk about Burnley and then Nottingham Forest game. No, bro. We are not going to do that. So I'm going to talk about the some of the games that you would be interested in. So quickly, let's get straight into the video. So of course, the English Premier League, we are starting from Manchester United. Manchester United lost by 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Anderson scored a brilliant goal in the 25th minute. Manchester United was playing home. So Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams. They call it a whole lot of names, Manchester United fans, but they lost. And then what is a bit funny is that going into this game, United had already won Crystal Palace in the midweek Carabao Cup. So they had already won Crystal Palace by 3-0. They pasted them 3-0 with their weaker, how do we call it? Their weaker lineup. So going into the weekend EPL game, their fans were, they were feeling pompous. Of course, they were happy that we are going to meet Crystal Palace again. We are going to score them again. But when you followed the EPL very well, the Carabao Cup, the enthusiasm that the teams used to play the Carabao Cup, it is not the same as EPL. And then mind you, in the Carabao Cup, there is no VR unless maybe quarterfinal going. And that is why even in Chelsea, it affected us in our midweek game. But we were not able to bring you the midweek games review. But of course, this is the weekend review. So Manchester United's fans were feeling pompous that they were going to win Crystal Palace, not knowing Crystal Palace were coming, because it is going to be very difficult for you to score Crystal Palace, Rob Hoyson, and then his boys in midweek and then also weekend. It is going to be very, 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 very difficult. And I mean, I knew this, but I didn't know they would lose the way they lost. Maybe I thought they would score 1 or 2 goals, but United lost by 1-0. And then, of course, as usual, people are blaming Onana. Onana will be trending and all of that. Onana has been, a media target, and then, of course, the rival fans target. That is Onana, but United have a series of injuries. Everybody has injuries, so it is not an excuse. As a Chelsea fan, we have injuries, but I cannot come and sit here and tell you that with all our injuries, Chelsea cannot score Bournemouth, and then I will sit here and defend Chelsea that we have injuries. No, I'm not going to do that. So United lost by 1-0. Very, 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 very discouraging for United. It doesn't look good for United. It doesn't look good at all. So Newcastle won by 2-0 against Burnley. Newcastle are doing great. They have Champions League. I don't know whether it is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, but they have Champions League to play. So they are doing great. Of course, I trust in them that they are going to do something in this season because they have the quality, they have the materials. So let's move to Arsenal. Arsenal also won by 4-0. Arsenal. See, Arsenal 4-0 against Bournemouth in their backyard. This is a serious team. You cannot tell me you have injuries and then you cannot score Bournemouth. The quality that Chelsea had, they didn't score Bournemouth. They were not able to, score Bournemouth. So it is not going to be, and how do you call it? an excuse that there is injuries here and there. One or two in Kuku is injured, James is injured, this one is injured, that one is no, bro. Arsenal, they have injuries as well. Declan Rice, a whole lot of boys, they have injuries as well. But posted Benamo 4 goals to 0. Saka an early goal, and then by the way, Mikel Arteta stop fooling, man. Mikel Arteta came to press conference saying Saka didn't train. Saka is going to be, I don't know, he's not going to play. He didn't train, and then I sold Saka in my FPO 3 a.m. I wake up 3 a.m. sold Saka in my FPO, and then boom, Saturday, 2 p.m. Ghana time, Saka, they started the game, 17 minutes in the game, Saka scored. Mikel Arteta, what is that, bro? But be careful, Mikel Arteta, don't fool. So Saka scored, Odegaard a penalty, and then Kai Havertz also scored, in the 53rd minute. And then Kai Havertz doesn't have the goal, or he doesn't have a goal since he moved to Arsenal. Yeah, I mean a proper goal, like an official goal. Of course, in the preseason he scored 1 or 2 goals, but in the season he doesn't have a goal. So when the penalty came, I think the Arsenal team thought about him, and they thought it wise to give the penalty to Kai Havertz, and then fortunately he scored. So 53rd minute, Kai Havertz scored a penalty, and then Ben White also added a last minute goal, 90 plus 3. So Arsenal are doing great. Honestly, Arsenal are doing great. And then they give me the title contenders vibe. That is Arsenal. They beat you, they don't care the team where you are, they are going to paste you. So I'm looking forward in the game between Arsenal and then Manchester City. This is going to be very, 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 very good game, a cracker. So Manchester City also lost by 2 goals to 1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and then this is funny. People have Pep Guardiola in their palm right now. They are cooking him left, right, center. That he has lost back-to-back game against. In the midweek he lost against Newcastle, and then in the weekend too he lost against Wolverhampton. So 2-1 against Manchester City. Ruben Diaz and own goal, bro. Ruben Diaz ruined my FPL. He ruined my FPL and own goal by Ruben Diaz, and then Julian Alvarez responded 58 in the 58th minute, and then in the 66th minute, Wan Hinchan, tall baller man, Wan Hinchan scored a brilliant goal. Julian Alvarez, bro. Let's talk about Julian Alvarez. I have always said it that Julian Alvarez is a top baller, and then even with the injury of Kevin De Bruyne, he is standing up to the occasion. Haaland didn't play anything, but you see Julian Alvarez, anytime that he scored upon, he delivers. And I will say it again that the scout who scouted Julian Alvarez straight from River Plate to Manchester City, he should be given a fully furnished mansion, because this is a top talent with a low amount of money. Julian Alvarez will not reach 50 million euros because he came straight from River Plate to Manchester City. So that is a top talent right there, Julian Alvarez. So Manchester City lost. That is their first lose in the season. So their unbeaten run is off for now. So they lost by 2 goals to 1. Quickly, let's talk about the big game of the week. The big game of the week: Tottenham versus Liverpool, bro. Top game by its standard. Angie Postecoglou and his boys, and then Jurgen Klopp and his boys, bro. Top level football. EPL. Also 2-1 against Liverpool, and then in this game a lot happened. A lot. Red cards upon red cards, VR issues, and then we'll talk about it here. So don't worry. So 2-1 against Liverpool. Son Heung-min with the 36th minute goal, brilliant goal, a brilliant wet goal. The goal looked like a wet goal. So Liverpool also responded. Cody Gakpo 45 plus 4 minutes. So it didn't even take 1 minute. Cody Gakpo scored the goal, and then right after the goal, it was halftime. So that goal was a top goal by Cody Gakpo. The turning of Cody Gakpo, bro. Top level turning. The guy has turning, So Cody Gakpo responded, and then in the last minute, 90 plus 6. I remember I watched this game very well. Last minute, That was a serious cross by Pedro Porro. Top level cross by Pedro Porro. And then Joe Matip, bro. Joe Matip scored an on goal. That was a brilliant on goal, though. That was a brilliant on goal by Joe Matip. I even didn't see the goal, but I saw the Spurs fan jubilating. I was like, wow, what a goal. That was a brilliant on goal by Joel Matip. So Joel Matip scored an on goal. And then in this particular game, let's talk about one or two players that I think they deserve accolades. Papi Matasa, Vesi Bissouma, Prof, top level players. Top level players. Until you believe in certain players and then you give them the chance to play, you might not know the quality that they possess. Papi Matasa, top level player. Vince Bissouma, top level player. Pedro Porro as well. And then James Maddison, bro. James Maddison. And then I always feel sorrow in my heart that Chelsea didn't went in for James Maddison. Whilst he was there for the taking. He has been creating chances after chances after chances. So if James Maddison came to meet Hurricane in this Tottenham team, trust me, Hurricane would have scored around 40 goals this particular season because Ange Postecoglou is also playing a brilliant football. So they won. And then let's talk about the VAR. We cannot talk about this game without talking about the silly mistakes by the VAR. And then Liverpool also had 2 red cards. People think Diego Jota's first yellow card was not a yellow card. He tripped on the ball, so it was not an intentional. So people think that it was not a yellow card. But bro, whether you trip or you don't trip, so far as there is a contact with the player's leg, you are going to be shown a yellow card. This is the fact. In football, we are not doing sympathy job here. Whether you tripped or you don't trip, whether it is intentional or it is not intentional, you are going to get a red card. So far as there is contact, you are going to get a red card. So the red card, they deserved it. And then the second yellow was silly by Diego Jota. And that is the main reason why you don't have to get silly yellow cards. Because there might be a time that a yellow card will be needed. There might be a time. So you don't have to, going into a game, you don't have to get a silly yellow card. So Diego Jota had a red card. And then Curtis Jones also had a red card. That was a simple red card. So in the first half, Luis Diaz scored a goal. And then this is the goal. Let me show you the picture of the goal. And then referee and then the VAR people, it is not even about the VAR people. It is the referee who ruled it as offside. And then what people don't get it in this particular disallowed goal is that when we were watching the match, the VAR, when you are watching the EPO and then there is an incident that the VAR has to come in, they show the VAR that there is a checking going on. And then the check comes and then there is no line drawn. The VAR, they draw a line to determine whether it is offside or not offside. The ball was not an offside. It was simply not an offside. So Luis Diaz was robbed by a brilliant goal. Luis Diaz, that guy is an animal, man. That guy is an animal. Luis Diaz, that guy is an animal, bro. So that wasn't an offside at all. I must be honest. That wasn't an offside. So, Luton Town also won by 2-1 against Everton. Everton are suffering. West Ham United also won by 2-0 against Sheffield United. So, of course, this is the match review of the weekend EPL games that happened. A lot happened. And then Chelsea will play on Monday. Chelsea will play probably on Monday, 7 p.m. Ghana time. It is not UK time, 7 p.m. Ghana time. So watch out for Chelsea. We have a new sponsor, Infinite Outlets. So I don't know whether there is going to be a review of that particular game, but surely, after the Champions League games, I think I might add the Chelsea, games a little bit. I might add the Chelsea game a little bit. So this is the review of the EPL. Review that some of the games that happened in the EPL. Manchester United lost. Manchester City also lost. So the two teams in Manchester, they all lost, bro. So in this weekend, I enjoyed the EPL games. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it very, 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 very well because that Liverpool versus Tottenham game was a top level game. So ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the video. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platform, on IG, on TikTok, and then on X. There, all the graphics are flowing, man. So make sure you follow us there. Hit the links in the description and go and follow us there. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.